What's poppin', guys? You got your boy Nandre here. Welcome to another video. So for this video, as you can see from the deck roulette, I'm playing some Aggro Sword. Now, this is gonna be part of, I guess, like I don't know, like a sub mini series for like budget decks that you can like play in this current like expansion. I'm not sure how long it will take me to actually get around to like making the ones for like the other 7 classes, but I'll try to get there at some point. All right, so the reason why I made this video is because like I know a lot of you guys have been asking for like some like budget decks, and I know that like a lot of times when I do like make these videos that they're that the decks usually cost about like 35 to about like 50k or something like that. Something along that ballpark. Anyway, so this one's gonna be for sword. So we'll go ahead and talk about each of the cards, and I'll even go ahead and I'll have a sample game for you in the same video. So 3 goblin, you play a lot of 1-drops. Like as you can see from the deck tracker, like I'm playing 12 1-drops because it's very important they hit your 1-drop on one as sword. It doesn't matter if you're going first or second. I mean, obviously if you're going first it's better for you, but you definitely hit your 1-drop on one, and as a result I'm playing 12 of these. So 3 quick later as well. Quick later is nice. Just, you know, it has storm, gets hit your opponent in the face. 3 wise merman. So wise merman is also good. Like it's basically like it's like a slightly less good quick later, but has some like merits to it. So in this deck, like you want to try to use all of your creatures as like removal spells, but also kind of, you know, double as creatures, because in general, if you have a creature, that's way better than having a spell, because like the creature can always hit face if need be. And so the ideal thing you want to do is on you know, like 2, you want to go ahead and play out wise merman to preferably buff goblin. Like generally, if you're able to do goblin into a quick into wise merman, you probably win that game most times, especially if your opponent didn't mulligan correctly. Perseus, you know, he's commander, he's good. He can also scale up. He'll also, you know, get the ward if you get lucky, which does sometimes become relevant. 3 Ebolicia the Fallen. So Ebolicia is basically like playing on offensive goblin as well as an angelic type at the same turn. That's really good. It helps switch face damage. The burn aspect of her, while small, is actually very relevant, because like sword has no burn damage whatsoever. So like which as you'll see in the video, like that actually does matter. Like the only burn damage you have, it used to be just like Dance of Death, Demonic Strike, and then Fangblade Slayer. I'm not gonna play Fangblade and Aggro, and Demonic Strike as well as Dance of Death have both rotated, so it makes playing for that very difficult. But she helps out. Again, you just kind of play her on 2 if you don't have anything going for you. She's also neutral, which works for wise merman, which as you'll see, I'm playing a lot of neutrals. 3 Oathless Knight. Oathless Knight is very good. Oathless Knight is one of those cards, like, I'm really surprised he doesn't see more play in, like, Aggro Sword, just because, like, he does something that you really want Aggro Sword to do. Like, it gives you resiliency towards like, removal spells. If you remove one of my 1-drops, that's fine. I still have another 1-drop. Like, I get to sort of, you know, hedge my bets. Like, whatever 1-drop lives, I can probably go ahead and buff that now. Whereas if I just, you know, played, like, a solitary 2-drop, if you remove that 2-drop, well, I'm just shit out of luck. I can't do anything anymore. And this just helps you know, like be able to recover and be able to also make trades if you need to, if you're also first aggro. Now I don't think that there will be like that much aggro in the current metagame, but like it's a thing. 3 Bladed Hedgehog. So Bladed Hedgehog is another, you know, criminally underused card. Bladed Hedgehog is great because like it basically reads, when you make trades, you still get to go face, because this guy will go ahead and if you're making trades to kill units, this guy will keep like catching buffs and whatnot. He can go face for quite a bit. This isn't gonna be like how it is in mid-range sword, in which like if you've watched some of my videos, you'll know that I've gotten like 10 damage hedgehogs or something like that. Like it doesn't go up that far. It usually maybe goes up to say being like a 3/3 or something like that before it dies. That's still a lot of damage, just because that usually represents either 2 to 5 damage, and that's a lot for it from a 2-drop. That, you know, helps you. 2 Angel of the Word. So Angel of the Word in conjunction with Angelic Knight, these help you a lot on 3, because like on 3 is when you want to kind of turn the corner, when you kind of like want to make it like difficult for your opponent to come back. If you're on the play, you'll want to go ahead and play out Angelic Knight. Just this way you can like buff whatever 2-drop that lived from the turn before and just keep going face for 2. The combination of being able to go like 1-drop or even say Oath's Knight and then being able to play Angelic Knight Protected or something like that, it usually means that you'll get to deal 4 damage guaranteed, and that's usually pretty good. Like it's either gonna read you'll deal 4 damage or your opponent doesn't develop next turn. And even then, you'll, like, in the case of the Oath's Knight, you'll still be able to keep the 1-drop, which again, can still catch buffs and can still go face. And then the Angel Ward is what you're going to be playing when you're on the draw. It's when you're on the draw, just because like it helps when you're going second, just because a lot of people they're gonna try to make value trades into your one drops, and they're gonna like try to like make you feel bad about life. Well, the Angel Ward helps you remove it and also develop another creature at the same time. Like, you do not want to be skipping turns with this deck. Like, you don't want to be skipping turns, you don't want to be skipping tempo. 3 Juliet. The Juliet is still really, really great. You could actually play Round Table if you wanted to for the Juliet, but I don't think that's as necessary right now. It's definitely something that's worth considering though, if you know you can like avoid drawing your Juliets and whatnot. Definitely a great card. It also helps with the games in which you go again, in which you say get to go second or something like that. You get to go Bladed Hedgehog, and then your opponent for some reason, like, because there are actually a lot of cases where, or there are actually a lot of classes where this is a relevant thing, where your opponent for some reason like didn't draw removal stuff for the Hedgehog, or just can't remove it, and instead of playing out like a 2/2, they'll actually play out a 1/2. What you can do is you can actually go ahead and play out the Juliet, value trade, and then go face for 2, and that usually just puts the hurt on your opponent, because that usually means you win the game. 2 Merchantette. So Merchantette is a card I actually I think it's like really, really good. Again, a lot of people said it wasn't gonna be good when it first got revealed. Then this card's great. So again, in the same vein as say the Angelic Knight and the Angel Lord, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna want to buff one of your creatures. However, unlike the Angelic Knight, you can only buff officers. So you're gonna have to keep that in mind, which means that you can only buff the Quick Blader, the Oathless Knight, and the Bladed Hedgehog on curve, and that is something worth keeping in mind. You can also use it to buff Kunoichi Master as well as Vagabond Frog, but on curve you can only buff the first like 4 targets that I just listed. But still really, really great, just because like she scales up a bit, and she has the Fanfare Enhanced 7, which is basically like having almost a Gabriel, except slightly better. Just because like she's modal, you can play her on 3, you can play her on 7. That's great. 2 White General. White General is a card that like I've lost to so many times. Like this card is like is pretty good. It just it helps you go face. It also used to be very, very good with Vagabond Frog. When Vagabond Frog used to cost like we used to cost like 3 mana. And it's still very, very good now, because a lot of times you're gonna be able to keep something in play. If you're going second, this means that you get first of all, so you can go ahead and buff something, hit them in the face per lot, evolve in order to protect the whatever creature it was that hit them in the face, and then suddenly you're just in the driver's seat. And again, additionally, if you're going first, it also becomes like even better, because like if you get to go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, you probably won that game. 2 Vagabond Frog. So right now there's a lot of removal that's in the works. However, one thing that a lot of decks still don't have answers to is, what do I do if my opponent plays Vagabond Frog and they Evo it? There's not much you can do except like try to play wards and hope to God that the sword player can't like get through the wards and also keep hitting you. But we play a lot of rush. We play a lot of cards that like trade up and whatnot. So that usually means that's not gonna be the case. And if you can stick a Vagabond Frog and evolve it, you probably win that game. Because like right now, like not many people are also playing wards. So yeah. 3 Albert would not be Aggro Sword, or would not be Sword in general without the Albert. Here, you don't really play it for the turn 9 aspect, but it is like something that's like nice to have or nice to keep in mind. You usually just kind of play it out as your turn 5, because the 5/7 with Storm that hits your opponent in the face for 5 usually means that they have to spend their entire turn to remove it. But if you have say things like Vagabond Frog, as well as like things like White General and things like that going, it usually makes the task very, very difficult for them to do. It's just a nice like ace in the hole that's always like really, really good at what he does. Saber Strike. 2 Kunoichi Master. So the 2 Kunoichi Master, like again, you can make these 2 round tables if you wanted. But I like Kunoichi Master just because like she has stealth. She presents a threat in and of herself. She's also very, very nice because like versus Dragon, they can't just like Saha clear this. Like if these are the 1/2 creatures that you have in play, the only way that they can get rid of it is if they drop a Baja and they play Conflag, or if they play or I guess if they play Grimnir as well. Like Grimnir is also not the same play. But the point is that like she's very, very good. She's something that you can play on. She's something that you can play on 5, and versus a lot of classes, it will basically be about the same as what happens in Forest if you play an Imperia on 5 versus as Forest, like in which it represents a lot of damage. But in the case of Kunoichi Master will always get to keep the self, so you can use it to make a lot of like really annoying things happen after the fact. if you evolve one of the pieces, you generally want to evolve the Kunoichi trainee, just so this way you keep them both out of the range of small AoE. And that just represents so much damage. Like, if you just get the evolve off of one of them, that's already 7 damage. If you have another evolve in hand, again, so basically if you like went second for the most part, that'll usually mean they have, oh, well, that means I can probably do up to 12 damage in like 1 turn. So it helps in the games in which you fall behind. Oh, it also because it has stealth, you can also use it as a target for the Merchant. That's great. And then the last card is One Council of Card Knights. One Council of Card Knights is not for anything in particular. It's just because like I didn't know what I wanted my 40th card to be, so it could just be Council of Card Knights. Again, like I said earlier, you can go ahead and you can make this 1 or 2 copies of Round Table instead, just if you really want to see the Juliet. But I decided to go for Council. Council is really nice, just because like it gives you some nice reload. I don't know if these guys are officers. I don't think they are though. So I don't think you can like buff them with like Merchant. But yeah, the deck's really cool. As you can see, it's mostly bronze cards. There's 9 silvers, and then there's 1 legendary. So it's about like, I don't know, about like 11k vials, something like that. But you're never gonna feel bad about crafting Alberts and Evilicias and Bladed Hedgehog, or mainly Bladed Hedgehog, because he's playing a lot of decks as well as. And so there's Angel Thor and a few other of these cards, and then of course like stuff like say Goblin and Quick Blade are all like basic cards. Oh, I lied. There's also 3 golds. I'm sorry about that. 4 golds. But yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a game. So I only played 1 game with this deck, just like quickly prove a point and just like quickly make sure that the deck was actually working. This game is actually gonna be versus Control Blood, and I'm also going second. So right off the bat, I start off in a very unfavored position. He's also using Direct General, aka Excella, aka Hanakana, so I'm even more salty because I did not pull any of them. So I'll go ahead and full keep this hand. Like, it's a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Perfect. I was also assuming that he was probably aggro, which is part of why I kept it. So we see that he redrew that he redrew 2 cards. So we don't know what it was he kept. But I'll just go ahead and I'll still play up the Perseus here. Like, if he wants to play Blood Wolf, that's fine. I lied. Blood Wolf's not even in this meta. God. But instead he plays a Baphomet. Him playing the Baphomet now it doesn't really tell me anything, but I'm gonna assume he's probably Control. So I'll go ahead and play out the Oathless Knights. Again, you want to go wide as possible because now he's now the defender. Like it didn't matter that I went second because he's now the defender. He plays out Blood Pact here. I'm like, okay. So he's either Jormungand or he's actually Control. If so, that's fine. I don't care. I'll go ahead and play out the Merchant. Again, I want to try to play on curve, so this way you can get as many double spells, which is to say that you can play out as many things as possible, like on like later turns. Because now it doesn't matter if he moves part of the board, because I can just go ahead and actually go Oathless Knight plus Evilisia, and I'll have 5 creatures in play. 5 creatures in play, like as aggro, like that's probably GG. Here he plays out second Blood Pact. And then he plays Mask of the Black Death. So the Mask of the Black Death would ordinarily be like GG for me because like, it would be like very difficult for me to get through it. But we have the White General. The White General means that now I can get through it perfectly. So I'll go ahead and I'll buff up my 1/1. I'll then evolve my 1/1. So now it's at 5. So it automatically pops the mask by itself. And this way I can still push through 4 damage. This is a format where Revelation is not a card. So this means that he has to do a lot of work this turn if he wants to like not die. Here he plays Blood Drinker's Brand. Blood Drinker's Brand. Because he's in Vengeance, he's able to get enough mana back to play at Wardrobe Raider. So the Wardrobe Raider is a little bit of a punish to me here. I did know that people played it, but like but when you're playing aggro, you have to kind of like spin into the wind sometimes and just kind of like just say that you don't have it. So here this turn again, I did misplay slightly. The better play actually is to actually go Oathless, Evilisia, Perseus, and then like evolve this. The reason why is because this way sets up lethal. However, I wasn't actually thinking about it at the time because I don't know why I just spaced on that, but that was definitely a misplay because that way I could have set up guaranteed lethal, because the only way he can stop me from killing him this turn is if he has the exact combination of Reach of the Archdemon as well as that of fuck, what's the other card called? Reach of the Archdemon, and then also the Mask of the Black Death. So either way, I'm still in a great spot. However, like again, this is one that's, you know, slight like misplays that could cost me the game, because like I always want to be able to go as wide as possible each and every turn in order to overtax his AoEs, overtax his turns. Like I'm still setting up lethal this way, but just, you know, with counts of the card knights. But this is a much weaker turn for me overall, because here, yeah, he did have the Reach of the Archdemon, and he also played out Fang Serpent. So yeah, the interesting thing about this though is that like my misplay actually helped me out slightly, like just because like he had, alright, so now he had to weaken his ward, he had to give me his last Evo, and now what I can do is I can just go ahead and go Perseus plus Oathless Knights plus Evilicia plus Quick Blader. I can again go wide. He just uses AoE. Now the Fang Serpent is going to heal him, so if he has a second Reach of the Archdemon, I lose the game. But again, as Aggro, you have to spin to the win. Sometimes you have to just say that they don't have it. He goes up to 4. I may be evolving the Perseus, so this way, even if he does have a second Reach of the Archdemon, he needs to have one more card in order to like still not die. I'll play out Pure Heart Singer here. It's a Snarling Chains, but yeah, he's just dead. Like he has to have like the second mask. He does actually have the second mask. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is still difficult because I can't pop. Okay, so I can't pop the mask and also kill him in the same turn. But I definitely still, you know, want to like push some damage. So what I'll go ahead and do here actually is, again, I'll just spin to the win. I'll just say that he doesn't have the Reach of the Archdemon, and I'll just go ahead and go face, pop the mask, and then I'll go ahead and play out Kunoichi Master. The Kunoichi Master is because like I need to put creatures into place this way. So this way I play around other possible outcomes I'm gonna have. Yeah, like I just saw him use the Reach of the Archdemon. If he has a second one, you know, cool, you got me. But if you don't, you're in for a world of hurt, friend. So he trades to draw another card, which is hopeful for me. Doesn't have it, and I just win. Now again, this is a pretty like crazy game. Like I went second. I was in a very, very unfavored spot. Like a lot of times, a lot of people would have lost that game. But I'm able to somehow push through 2 masks and him healing as well. Like he effectively had 32 HP, and I was still able to kill him by, say, I think it was what, turn 8, turn 7, something like that. Yeah. And that's, you know, that's still pretty crazy because again, heavily unfavored. But yeah, deck's really, really nice. You should go ahead and give it a chance if you're looking for something that's like cheap and fun to play. Yes, I did just say Aggro is fun to play. If you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like, go and hit subscribe, and if you haven't, let me know what you think about Sword in the current meta game. Let me know what you think about Aggro Sword in the current meta game. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.